What's up, Tron Cat? Let's go. Hey, I'm here. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Big Time Show podcast that is being heard live as we speak on Podbean and seen live here on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, etc. And as soon as this show is over with, it'll be all over your favorite podcast places, such as iHeartRadio, Pandora, all of those places. What is going on? Have everybody recovered yet? That's a good question. Are we still upset? Are we still ticked off? Are we still numb? Are we still irritated? What other adjectives y'all want to throw in? What's going on, everybody? Let me look and see who's here. Hey, Miss Wendy. Hey, thank you for reminding me. Miss Wendy is in the house. Listen, I was not aware because I'm not keeping up with it. I'm just doing what I do. But my last show, believe it or not, was my 200th show. It is, wow. 200 shows was my last show. So this was, 2 shows ago, it was 200. This would be the 202nd show. So thankful for everyone who has supported me in any type of fashion, whether that was simply by your ears listening, or some have monetarily contributed to the podcast. Some people have told people about the podcast. I appreciate anything, thank you. What up, Tavis? I see you, brother. Mark Carter in the house. What's going on, man? Appreciate y'all popping in. So if anybody who have listened to me, whatever, if you value even just a little bit of what I say, all I can tell you guys is thank you for believing. As I've always said, this is a hobby for me. It is not a primary thing for me. I'm just a guy who loves to talk Cowboys, and I think I know a little bit, just a little, and just put it out here. Since then, of course, it just turned into something else, and I appreciate it. So let's go ahead and do it. Wendy, I'm glad you're here because we were here just last year, around this time, well, a little bit earlier last year, but we're here again. I've listened to everybody. I've seen everybody. I listen to ESPN. I listen to Fox. I listen to the TV shows. I've listened to some of my brothers talk. I've listened to some of the podcasters talk. I've listened to everybody. I just ain't had my say yet, primarily not because I didn't want to. It's just I didn't have time. I got time tonight. So I got a meeting tonight. Y'all just eavesdropping. Y'all come on in and it's really an hour meeting. How about that? Your comments will mean a whole lot tonight. Some of you may not agree with what I'm saying, but this is my perspective. Being a fan of the Dallas Cowboys and have been a fan for a long time. I've started as early as 4 years old. So that for me, that's 1977. Never changed. I'm not the type to have two teams. I'm just one guy. I live and die by the franchise. And certainly I've shouted with them and then I've cried. And last Sunday just left me completely numb. But being a Cowboy historian and being in this era with the Cowboys of the last probably 10 to 12 years, you probably are not so surprised by what happened on Sunday. But Sunday is over with. I don't even want to recap the game. By now, we know all what happened. It's time now, y'all, to let's go ahead and have our meetings because everybody has their say of why the Cowboys looked the way they did, number one, and then why they lost. Okay. And here's the great part about it. Ain't nobody wrong. Whatever angle you're coming from is your angle is not wrong. It just may not be the angle that others may have, but it's not that your angle is wrong. It's a lot of reasons why. And here on this show, I'm about to go ahead and start it up. So for the next few shows, I'm going down the list, and I'm calling folks out. Now, if y'all want all this massaging and all that kind of stuff, I'm here to tell you, you're at the wrong place. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm just going to call it like it is, whether you not agree with it or not. It's my perspective, and it is what it is. So since Jerry Jones has said that the book stops with him, since Jerry Jones wants to be the man, and he is, then certainly we have to start our end of the year exit interviews, my style, of course, big time style, with Mr. Jerry Jones. And I'm going to add Steven also with this because they're almost one in the same. So y'all come on in, Jerry and Steven. Y'all come on, sit down. We here again. Seems like we have the same meeting every year. Same setup. Just another chapter in the book of long disappointments. Here we are again. Now, this is what I want to tell you. Y'all chime in. Well, somebody gonna spread this out. And do me a favor, y'all. Why don't y'all share this? Because I'm finna go off in a minute. I'm about to do it, y'all. So I'm just telling you now. Share it if you will. If not, it's okay. I got a problem with Jerry. What's up, Matt? My quarterback is on here where I played ball, went to war with. Matt, what's going on? I'm coming to Zeke, Matt, later on. It won't be tonight. I'm starting off piece by piece and talking about this organization that I love. And I got to start with Jerry Jones. You understand? I got to start with Jerry Jones. So this whole show is about Jerry and Steven today. I'll get on the offense a little bit later. So y'all, if you're looking for me to talk about Dak and Zeke and Cooper and all those guys, y'all just got to catch me on the next one. I got to talk to Jerry Jones because he's a problem. And the sad part about it is that for some strange reason, he does not realize that he is the problem. He is the constant common denominator with all the coaching changes we've had in the last 15 to 20 years. He has been the constant. He has been the guy who hires these people. He has been the guy who sets everything up. And so since that's the case, he has to be the one to take the blame as well. And so that's what I'm going to do tonight. Now, let's go all the way back, y'all. Let's go all the way back. He fires Jason Garrett. He brings in Mike McCarthy a couple years ago. Should have been a red flag right then, okay? This is the owner and the GM. Here's the problem. Well, let me start off with one positive. You got to separate Jerry in two categories. One is as an owner, and the other one as a GM. The job of a GM, of course, is to oversee the organization, primarily make sure you bring in good players, and you take your chances after that. You're in charge of the coaching staff and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to give Jerry a little credit as a GM because since the buck stops with him, even though we know that he's not really picking all these players, but since he wants to take the credit for it, we have to give him the credit because when you look at this roster, my goodness, there are all pros everywhere. There are pro bowlers everywhere. It's great players everywhere. So as far as roster building, he has done a pretty good job. There's no question about that. You can't argue with that. The players are there. No doubt about it. And since he wanted to take take all the glory, we had to give him a little glory. As an owner, I'm not giving him a lot of great credit because your job is to make sure that your franchise is the best that it could be. And he has not done that. Let me show you why. Let me get to it. A couple years ago, he hires Mike McCarthy, right? He hires Mike McCarthy, and a red flag should have jumped up simply because of the way he set things up. He allowed McCarthy to hire his own staff. However, there was one untouchable, and that was Kellen Moore. And the reason why he wanted that is because Jerry Jones loves Kellen Moore. It's almost like the same way that he loved Jason Garrett. It's the same way that he loved Tony Romo. Same way that he loved Jason Witten. He's on that level. So Mike McCarthy, whose greatest attribute to a team is his play calling. And for those that don't know, he's an offensive coordinator who won a Super Bowl. I don't care nothing about that. Where he had Aaron Rodgers. Well, a lot of other people had Aaron Rodgers too, but they haven't won with Aaron Rodgers. To this day, Aaron Rodgers has only been to one Super Bowl, and he's only won one Super Bowl. And that coach was Mike McCarthy. So Mike McCarthy has done with Aaron Rodgers what other coaches could not have done. That means something. So this guy, and of course, when the Packers won that year, Mike McCarthy was the offensive coordinator / head coach. So he did it, okay? He did it. Can't take that from him. So his best attribute is to be a play caller. That's his best attribute. Yeah, that's totally eliminated when you already got an offensive coordinator on there who you're dedicated to, and you don't want him to go anywhere, and you're keeping him on the roster. So Mike McCarthy is just exactly as Tavis just said. He's just a puppet. That is Kellen Moore's offense. That is Kellen Moore calling the plays. Mike McCarthy does not call defense. So what is he? He's another Jason Garrett 2.0. It's not Mike McCarthy's fault. It's the hand that was dealt him, and that hand was given by Jerry Jones. Should have known something right then. You should have known something right then. Now, I got a problem with Jerry. Hey, Mom, my mama's on here. I got a problem with Jerry because, see, it's really simple to me, y'all. Maybe I'm the only one. Maybe I'm not the only one. I don't know. Look. If you see a train about to hit you, I mean, common sense tell you to get off the track, right? Because you know that you can't beat the train. You see a train wreck coming towards you, and you'll be almost a fool to let the train hit you. That's what Jerry Jones have done. He has allowed the train to hit us year after year after year, and you know what you're doing is not working. It sounds good, and in some weeks it looks good. But overall, you know the train wreck is about to happen, and you don't do absolutely nothing about it. Case in point. Why in the world? Somebody tell me this. Somebody help me tonight. Somebody help me tonight. Y'all, if you can, come on, just stay with me. Don't leave me here by myself, y'all. Just stay with me for a minute. Somebody explain to me that how in the world do you have a game plan? Let's just stick with Sunday, last Sunday, or whenever the playoff game. How in the world do you have a game plan that only has Tony Pollard getting the ball 4 times? Somebody explain it to me. And if that is the case, isn't it the head job? I mean, the coach of the job of the head coach to straighten out or adjust to what you're seeing in the game. I just don't get it. But that's Kellen Moore. But the book stops after Jerry Jones to Mike McCarthy. Jerry Jones allowed this to happen. He allowed this mess to happen. Number one, as an owner, what's up, Joe? What's up, Conscious? I see you, Kevin Carey. Your system is not working. Your way of running the organization is not working as far as being a perennial Super Bowl contender, a perennial constant playoff, participant. Your system is not working. It's just not, because we're here at this same spot again. Here it is, Jerry. Last year about this time, watch this. We had questions about Mike McCarthy. We still got questions about Mike McCarthy. That don't sound like no progression to me. Number two, we had questions about Kellen Moore. Now, to this day, we still got questions about Kellen Moore. That don't sound like progression. Number three, we had questions about Dak Prescott. To this day, we still got questions about Dak Prescott. Don't sound like progression to me. Don't sound. We had questions about Ezekiel Elliott. We still got questions about Ezekiel Elliott. We got questions about Amari Cooper. We still got questions about Amari Cooper. Do y'all see the constant thread here? It's like, what has happened? The only questions that we got answered this year was that Dan Quinn turned this defense around. That's no question about that. He did that. You progressed on that end. But the main thing, Dak still starts games off flat. Big games flat. This year still starts games off flat. Always get way behind, then always come back, make the game close, only to lose at the end. Sounds so familiar. And here's my part. Some of y'all saying, well, that ain't got nothing to do with Jerry. Partially true, but not totally. Because when you see a problem, you cannot tell me and do the same thing expecting different results. That, of course, as you all people know, that is the definition of insanity. Doing the same things, expecting different results. I'm saying the same thing. The reason why, because after all this was over, number one, they asked about Mike McCarthy's job. He got the vote of confidence. Let me clear the air right from the start. I believe that Mike McCarthy deserves another year. Why? Because he was 5-11 or whatever it was last year with no debt. And then this year he won 12 ball games. That alone is good enough. He turned, well, not he turned, but the player coach always take the blame, so you got to give the coach credit. So he hired the right coordinator and the defense. He does it. We got lucky this year. And I'll come to that in just a second. Kevin Carr, you already a step ahead of me as you usually are. I'm coming to something like that. All right. I'm coming back to your comment in just a minute. It's amazing how the things just don't change. It's amazing. And he gets out and he gives the vote of confidence to Mike McCarthy, just like he used to do with Jason Garrett. So there's no real pressure there. And I personally don't think that Mike McCarthy, this is me, y'all may think differently, and I'm not saying you're wrong. He deserves another crack. He took his team to the playoffs. He won his division. He won 12 games in a crazy COVID year. I don't care what they say, whatever. They played the division and they couldn't win against the bottom line. He won 12 games. They got the third seed in the playoffs. No, we didn't win anything, but you got to add it all up. Mike McCarthy, whether you like it or not, did his job. He did his job. He deserves another year. Now, I ain't say years, plural. I say he deserves another year. Because, see, the balancing act is the playoff game. All what he did got erased by the way that they looked, how undisciplined the team was. That falls on the head coach. So all that, what's up, Tommy? I see Kermit, what's up? All of that erased or balanced out the good year. Okay, so I'm gonna say he's about even keel. I give him a grade from going from 5 or 6 wins to all the way up to 12 wins, win division championship. Hey, the man deserves another chance. He shouldn't get fired. It's almost equivalent to the coach in Miami, Coach Flores. And I still don't understand that, but I ain't a Miami Dolphin fan, so I could care less. But I'm smart enough to know he's supposed to stay and at least got his job. Okay. So I see you, Tommy. But say I'm not gonna argue with those of you who think that McCarthy should lose his job. And maybe you think that the playoff game overrides what he did in the regular season, and that very well may be the case. I don't have no problem with that. I think he deserves another job. Okay. And want to hear what Mike Irvin said about not letting your stars get in the ball. I agree with exactly, Joe. I agree with that. Now, Mike Irvin talked a lot of trash. Everybody talking. Tommy, that's not gonna happen. Tommy says we need Sean Payton. That's not gonna happen. New Orleans would not let that happen. No question. So he deserves another shot. However, what Jerry Jones is doing is empowering him with more mediocrity. Stephen Jones also. You give him the vote of confidence, that's fine. I get all that. However, Jerry and Stephen Jones have already given us a gloomy future. If you haven't heard the interviews since we lost, you're gonna be shocked to hear what you're hearing because it's almost like I don't even want to watch TV next year. Jerry Jones is saying that he keeps his job. Jerry Jones is talking about Kellen Moore, all that kind of stuff, and that's fine. Stephen Jones, however, is the one that killed me because they asked him, number one, about McCarthy, and he said, "Oh, no question, he's perfect. Leave him there. Leave him there." But this is the part that killed me. They asked about free agents. Kevin, here I come. Here I come, Conscious. Back to your comment. And Stephen Jones said immediately, without thinking, well, we believe in homegrown talent. In other words, we draft them and we develop them and we do that. We don't really believe in paying for high price free agents. Okay, check it out. So you know what that means, right? What did we talk about last year? We talked about these pick pack Kroger free agents that they always do. Last year, however, for the first time, we hit on the free agents last year with these bargain crackerjack Popeye chicken free agents that we got. Okay, we got that. We got lucky this year. We hit on Curse. Some would say we hit on KZ and Hooker. Some say we hit pretty good with exactly Family Dollar free agents. Exactly. We hit on some of the free agents that we got. Okay, so last year, this season was an anomaly when it came to the system. It finally hit. They got some free agents, and it worked out this year. Curse was way better than what we thought. Matter of fact, I hope he gets a contract with us. We need to keep him. Okay, so that system worked. Usually it don't. Which leads to this. I thought Jerry Jones. Jerry, come in. Let me talk to you, man, because I don't want to talk to Steven because Steven irritates me. And if this the way Steven is, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and really go to the future. And I'm not speaking this at all. But when Jerry Jones leaves this earth, the organization is going to fall into the hands of Steven. If this is the way that Stephen Jones is thinking about how to build a football team, let me tell y'all right now, we got a lot of long years ahead of us. Hey, Karen, I see you. Exactly. You get what you pay for. I'm telling you. That y'all think about it. Y'all think y'all complain about Stephen Jones now. And we already see how he is. Okay? Imagine when he takes over the football team because it's implanted in his head. Remember, this is the same guy, and it's a true story, that when Jerry Jones signed Deion Sanders, Stephen Jones picked his own daddy up against the wall and said, man, you crazy, because he's worried about the salary cap. First of all, Jerry should have slapped the dog mess out of him right then. Like, son, you do realize you're my son, right? You must have forgot. I'm that same guy that put this strap on you a long time ago. That's what should have happened. That's what should have happened, but it didn't. But that shows the mentality that Stephen Jones has. He wants to keep the salary cap right here, and he has this system. We're going to build through the draft, and we're going to get some lower-end free agents, and we're going to roll with that. All right? So, in the meantime, so let me stop some of y'all now, because you know how you Cowboy fans are. We all of us Cowboy fans. But don't even get your host built up when you see all these big name free agents coming, and they start saying the rumor is Dallas wants this guy. The rumor is, look, don't even get y'all hopes built up. Steven has already said what's going to happen. They're going to build through the draft. That's what he said. And then they're going to get the lower and free agents, and then they're gonna roll the dice. So all these Pro Bowl free agents that you see, guys who you know can make an immediate impact, they're not coming to Dallas. They're not, because we're not gonna pay them, because Steven don't believe in it. But here's what I want to say to Jerry. Jerry, I thought you just said a few years ago that you would do anything to win a Super Bowl. Matter of fact, you said that you would write a check if you could to win the Super Bowl. That shows the opposite end of the spectrum between Jerry and Steven. I actually do believe Jerry on that. But that just goes to show that he can't do what he really want to do. See, here's the new NFL, y'all. It's almost kind of like the NBA. Okay? It's almost like the NBA. I don't care what y'all say. It's like the NBA. Let's look at last year. Tom Brady goes to Tampa. What does Tampa Bay do? Now, forget the Super Bowl. We know they won the Super Bowl. Tom Brady went and got everybody that he could, regardless of the price, to win the championship. That's what he did. Gronk, come on out. Come here, Gronk. Come here, Antonio Brown. Come here. Come here. The defenders. All these folks. All of these folks. They did it. You don't think that's good enough? Tampa Bay won the Super Bowl with a bunch of free agents. Okay. All right. Okay. Y'all that ain't good enough. It remains to be seen what, well, you're right, Cowboy UGA, you're right. Brady did take less money. No question. But I can't, I know where you're going with that, but I can't blame Dak for getting all what he can get. Brady is in a far different position than Dak was. That's the only thing I'm gonna say about that. I get what you're saying, though. He did in order to make that happen. I get you. But what happened after that? Look what the Rams have done. Now it remains to be seen if the Rams cash in on this thing. But the Rams have said, bottom line, look, we're going for this thing. We don't care nothing about the draft. We don't care nothing about the future. All we got is right now. So come here, Matthew Stafford. Come here, Odell. Come here, Von Miller. Come here. We trade away draft picks because we're going to be good. For the next couple of years, we're going to be all right. We'll trade everything to get this quarterback that we feel like could get us to the place where we need to go. The Super Bowl is in our stadium this year. We're going for it all. But you're giving up your first round pick. We don't care. You're giving up your third round pick. We don't care. We don't care. We don't care. We don't care. In opposed to, exactly, Kevin. Exactly. So the Rams and the Buccaneers last year have taken the NBA approach. What is the NBA approach? Y'all share this a little bit if y'all don't mind. The NBA approach is we're going to build a super team. That's what we're going to do. We're going to put Von Miller with Aaron Donald. We're going to get Odell, who still can play. We're going to put them all there, and we're going to go ahead and go after this thing. We ain't doing that in Dallas. We're in hopes that we hit. We're in hopes that our draft picks turn into something like a Michael Parsons. Well, guys like that to come around once every 25 years or so. We hoping that our guys contribute. We instead of knowing your guys is gonna contribute. See the difference? See the difference? The Rams don't care about the first round pick. because if the Rams are going to be drafting at the lower end of the draft anyway, and it's quite possible because they got all these great players on their team, their first round pick probably won't start in the first place. That's why they don't care. But here we go valuing what are we drafting this year? I think it's already out. We 20 something, and they were we value that pick. Why? Why? I thought you said you wanted the Super Bowl. We're drafting 24. Thank you, Michael Evans. We're drafting 24. What is the 24? Look, let me ask y'all a question. Is the 24th pick going to start this year? And I know at that point in time, it's best player available in the draft. For real, y'all. Look. We can go down the list. I mean, you might get a defender that has a good chance of starting. But on offense, Connor Williams may be gone, okay? All that kind of stuff. Jerry told us, he didn't just say it last year. Jerry was crying. Y'all remember that training camp? Jerry was crying. Come here, Jerry. Stop crying. Look, I'm tired of you. Stop all that whining and stuff. I don't want to see now another tear. I don't want to see no other tear. Stop it. He down here whining and crying. I want to get to the Super Bowl. I can't tell. Because see, as an owner and a general manager, your job is to do whatever it takes to try to get your team to the Super Bowl. And certainly, not with this roster that we had last year, a first round one and done surely is not in the equation at all. So therefore, you are horrible. You are horrible. Karen Milburn, why did you make me go here? Is my coach in here? Coach Bree, yeah, my coach is in here. One of my guys that has stuck with me since I started this podcast, who lives in South Carolina. I call him coach. He has not coached me, but he is a coach in South Carolina. I respect him. I'm gonna put Karen because this starts another thing. Karen, thank you for your comment. Everybody can see it except Podbean. Podbean, there's a comment from Karen Milburn that says this. It says, Flores would be a great fit. My brother Tavis has already jumped on it and said this. I'm going to put ears up, but I'm going to come back, Karen. He replied to Karen saying, Karen Milburn, he has a spine. It won't work. In other words, Coach Flores would challenge Jerry Jones, okay? We all know that that's not a good requirement for an incoming coach of the Dallas Cowboys. So you got to be a puppet material. Yeah. See, that's the problem right there. The criteria for his just Jerry Jones now. His criteria for coaching is horrible. Okay? You had a coach that won. Look, Jerry, we're talking about Jerry now. Jerry is the only guy in history to fire a coach after winning 2 straight Super Bowls. I'm still stuck in 1993. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm still trying to figure out how a man loses his job after winning 2 straight Super Bowls in Jimmy Johnson. I'm still messed up. Personal feelings, all that kind of stuff. The man won 2 straight Super Bowls. Would have won 3. You see what I'm saying? So, but your mentality is you don't want nobody to challenge you. So your mentality for a coach from that point on is a puppet. And maybe that's the reason why we ain't getting nowhere. How you got a soft puppet coach. All right? Now, Karen, here we go. Karen, you started this, so here I come. Coach Breedlove, I already know where I'm coming with this. Number one, Tavis is absolutely right. He would be a person that would challenge stuff. That's the reason why he got out of Miami now, because he challenges stuff. That ain't what Jerry wants. But the reason why Tavis just said it's not going to happen, Joe, that Flores will not be that. Number one, McCarthy's not losing his job. Let's get that out the way. That's the first thing. But even if he did, Flores would not be a candidate. Y'all know why? Because I'm going this way. I'm going this way. I'm going there. I'm going there. You too dark. Yeah. And right there, I just lost some of y'all right there because y'all don't want to get there. But Jerry Jones is not hiring a black man to be the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. It's not gonna happen. Y'all can say what y'all want to say. Y'all can say whatever way you want to take it. I'm just telling you, based off what I done seen, based off what I done heard, based on what I done seen, seeing how Jerry responds. Look, black man, Dallas Cowboys just don't fit. The truth be told, I ain't gonna even say that. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that. Like you said, Jerry let get away a question. Exactly. Even really want no Super Bowl. I'm just going off what the man said, everybody. Jerry said he'll do anything to win the Super Bowl. Well, one of those things is this. Tell your son to get out the way. Huh? That's the first thing. Tell Steven, sit down somewhere. Because this system here ain't working. This system right here is designed to get us by. That's all this system is done. This developing players and get about 4, 5, 6 Pro Bowlers, go to the playoff 1 year, skip playoffs the next 2, 3 years, come back, get the playoff in the 4th year. This system just not working. It's not working. It's not. How many years we got to see it? This is the same old movie. How many years we got to see this? And it all starts with Jerry Jones. Jerry is not, and here it is. All right, Coach. Thank you for popping in. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for popping in on me. Have a good game, Coach. Listen, Jerry got to get out the way of this. Stop trying to take credit. Let's call it like it is. Stop trying to take credit for everybody else. You're not the GM. Will McClay is. How about that's why they paid Will McClay too, y'all. That's why they just paid him. But they ain't want to give him the title. Jerry Jones ain't flying around scouting no players. Jerry Jones ain't writing no notes down. Jerry Jones is not watching no game film or players scouting for draft picks. And he ain't doing all that. He is going off the recommendations of Will McClay. Stephen Jones ain't studying no film. Stephen Jones ain't going around flying around and looking at all these people. Stephen and Jerry not doing that. It is Will McClay. But Jerry want all the glory. See, that's little kiddie stuff. That's the first thing. See, we ain't gonna never be right until we get this little Rudy Poop Sesame Street mess out the way. You're not the GM. You just want to be in front of the camera. And Will is the GM. Okay? It's really just the truth. But you want the glory. Same thing with your head coach. See, you want to keep running your mouth, but see, when Parcells was here, he challenged you. You ain't like that. So you got rid of him. We already know what Jimmy Johnson did. You fired him after he just won you 2 straight Super Bowls. So we already know you don't like people to challenge you. You want puppets. You want a guy that can stand right there and just clap his hands, shake his head, yes, sir, and no, sir. That's what you want. That's what you got in Coach McCarthy. Coach McCarthy does not have any influence over the offense. The only influence that he has in game time is when we say, let's go for it on 4th down. That's it. He is not calling plays. He's not in Kellen Moore's ear, because if he was in Kellen Moore's ear, ain't nowhere in the world you gonna tell me Tony Pollard supposed to have only 4 carries in one game. I see you, Michael Dobson. Huh? 4 carries? Jerry Jones, you're horrible. See all the stuff coming out the bag now. Here's one other thing. I almost fell out in the floor. How about this one, y'all? I know Ezekiel Elliott getting paid. This is on Jerry Jones now. It ain't on Ezekiel Elliott. Well, if it is on Ezekiel, I'll tell you what should happen. Jerry Jones, they know that Ezekiel Elliott has a PCL tear in his knee, which explains why he looked the way he looked this year, y'all. And you know that thing does not require surgery, but what it does do, it requires you at least minimum 3 weeks rest. 3 weeks. Three minimum. Look it up for y'all. Google it. Look up Google and see how long does it take to recover from PCL tear. He had it since week 4. And I know he's getting paid $90 million, $90 million contract. But if you know this man is not functioning right and you see it, and you see he's not right, as the owner, since you want to be the GM, and since you the owner, why didn't you sit that man down? I mean, he's been hurt since week 4. Why didn't you sit him down? Well, Ezekiel wanted to play. He wanted to be a leader on the team, and he'll be a warrior. That's when the owner and the GM and the head coach step up and say, no, Zeke, we're going to sit you down. But they didn't do that. And the running game was not what it was supposed to be. And it wasn't because Zeke, look, when you got a tear in your knee, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You're supposed to lose a step. Hello. When your knee got a tear in it, you're supposed to be kind of messed up, right? And if you're not right, don't you supposed to sit down? You can't blame Zeke. I get it. He wanted to be a warrior, but that's where everybody is supposed to sit Ezekiel down for the betterment and the protection from himself. Exactly. I don't get it, y'all. I don't understand the logic. And you know the man ain't right. So you gonna sit and tell me that Tony Pollard only supposed to have 4 carries with a man that's playing and is on a PCL tear? Come on, man. That's Jerry. Jerry should have took control as the owner, since he want to be the man. Owner and GM and said, no, this don't look right. We gotta do what's right for him. And I know I'm paying him, but and I know he want to show how a warrior he is and all that, but let's sit him down for 3 weeks, and if we make the playoffs, maybe he'll be better than what he is now. So let's just sit him down. He's been hurt since week 4. That's when they said he got the tear. Week 4? Week 4? We could have sat him down. He would have been ready to go by week 8 or 9. What? That's not good leadership, y'all. That's not smart leadership. It's not smart. It's not smart at all. And the buck stops, as Jerry Jones said. It stops with him. That's not smart business. The PCL tear could turn into something else. Your knee is not 100%. You get a PCL tear, the next ligament is the ACL. Come on, y'all. I don't get it. That cat came out the bag today with Coach McCarthy. And nobody had the guts to shut Ezekiel Elliott down. Nobody. And it was ridiculous. That's poor leadership. When you see a train wreck coming, or your best job is to get off the track. Ezekiel Elliott's knee, it was a hindrance to the team. Yes, the offensive line was horrible. Overall, well, they were well below average. All right? That's horrible. 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 Mike says Zeke puts butts in the seats. I disagree, Mike, on with that because the butt's gonna be in the seats whether they not play or not, whether he played or not. This is the Dallas Cowboys. We pack stadiums out all over the country, on the road and at home. Them same 90,000 people would have been in that stadium if Zeke Elliott wasn't playing. We ain't got to say how well the Cowboys travel on the road, the fan base. So the butts would have been in the seats. I disagree with that one. Nah, this on Jerry. Now, Jerry, I don't know who made the decision. Let me tell you something about just horrible decision. You got to make it happen. You benched Connor Williams. I don't know who it was. I don't know who made the decision. I don't know if it was McCarthy, whether Steven stepped in. Because, see, they talked a whole lot on 105.3 The Fan when they benched Connor Williams. And Jerry said the same thing. So I believe it's a mixture of everybody. You benched them. You put McGovern in thinking that maybe he's ready now to take over. Found out that wasn't it. You put Connor back in, and he's the same. He's worse. Hello, somebody. I thought, y'all help me today. Please help me. I'm going to let y'all go in a minute. I'm just talking to Jerry Jones. We all talking to him. It's very frustrating. I thought that you're supposed to put your best 5 linemen on the field. That's what I thought. Y'all help me. Maybe I'm wrong. Because, see, Lyle Collins played guard at LSU. Everybody knows that at this point, Terrence Steele is better than Lyle Collins at right tackle. It seemed like to me that if you wanted to make this thing right, you should have put Lyle Collins at left guard, Terrence Steele at right tackle. That would have put your best 5 out there. Huh? Lyle Collins, well, I don't want to go back inside. Look, man, if you want to keep playing here, this is what we need you to do. It's sacrificing for the team. This is what you need to do. We need you here. We think we're going to be better football team if you go to left guard. This is what we need. Instead, you put Lyle Collins on the bench, kept Steele at right tackle, left Connor Williams on there. So you didn't have your best 5 because Lyle Collins is one of your best 5. It's just crazy. Crazy. I don't understand it. So now you done switch lineups with your line at least 3-4 times. Whether there's 4, I get the injury part. Oh, and here's the worst part, and I guess maybe I'll let y'all go after this. Because, see, right now I'm making some of y'all mad because some of y'all truly like Jerry, and I love Jerry too. He's a Hall of Fame owner, and deservingly so. I get that. But y'all kill me, man. Look. You try to drain all the milk out of the cow. And sometimes you keep draining and it ain't really nothing coming out of them. All right. You're doing with Tyron Smith the same thing that you did with Jason Witten. What am I saying? You're just letting them go out their way, but because you're letting them go out their own way, it's hurting the football team. When are you going to go ahead and get Tyron Smith's replacement? He's older now. He can't stay on the field. He's not the same Tyron Smith that he was 5 years ago. He went, somebody explain to me this. One publication had Tyron Smith making an all-pro team. What? How? He ain't been on the field. By reputation? How did Tyron Smith make the Pro Bowl this year? How? Somebody explain. Well, how? He ain't done nothing. By reputation. And see that right there is everybody is living under false pretenses. They're living under false pretenses. It's horrible. Tyron Smith is doing just like Jason Witten. Jason Witten stayed about 2.5 years too long, and it hurt the team. Doing the same thing with Tyron. When are we going to address the issue? Your line is not what you think it is. We're older. Body's breaking down. How about this? Let's just call it like it is. Maybe your line really isn't that good. Shane, that's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to stay put. If they draft a lineman, Shane, let's just play here. If they draft a lineman at 24, is he going to start? You know, Lyle Collins, as long as he here, guess what? Lyle Collins started. Okay? Zach Martin definitely started. Tyler started. Left guard may be the only position that's open. If Tyron Smith walked through that door at training camp, he's our left tackle. So at 24, is the guy starting, or are they going to allow? I don't know. I don't know who else we got. McGovern, is McGovern going to increase his worth and take over the spot? I mean, it's going to stay the same. Dak ain't going nowhere. All right. Zeke Elliott ain't going nowhere. Okay. Lamb, Cedric Wilson. Guess what? There's, I'm hearing rumors about Cooper, but who gonna take over that contract? I'm not saying it's not impossible. I'm saying what's really gonna change? Nothing. Kellen may end up, taking a head coaching job. Okay, you can say that'll be a significant change. I give you that one. I mean, I'm talking about offensively. What's really going to change? Some of these spots that these guys have are locked. It ain't number one or two spots that may be open for really competition. Everybody else just, it's already locked in. So how are we expecting something different when we don't have the right mentality? Here, which leads to my final point. Once again, loyalty or being loyal is the silent killer of the Dallas Cowboys. We're loyal to people. We're loyal to the contracts that we pay guys. And you're trying to get everything you can get out of them because we paid you X amount of dollars. We gonna get all what we got. I mean, I'm just saying, we're loyal. We're loyal. We're too loyal, and it's killing us. You're getting long in the tooth when it's time. See, the truth is this, y'all. The window, the proverbial window, has closed. Yeah. See that dynamic line, that dynamic line that we had, it ain't dynamic no more. It's not. It's not dynamic anymore. It's below average. Tyron Smith get beat on the edge all the time. Everybody holding, because people getting by him now. Zach Martin is the only one that kind of can still kind of hold his ground. Connor Williams getting destroyed. Tyler getting destroyed. Lyle every now and then gets destroyed. I mean, this is not the same line. We're not the same. And for some reason, they're living in this false belief fantasy island world. Our offensive line is pretty good. We're still, guys can. No, it's not. I thought you said you wanted to win the Super Bowl. You got to start somewhere. Huh? Huh? The whole line is ridiculous. When is somebody going to just tell the flat out honest truth? We're not good. All it takes is one or two spots of your line to be messed up. The whole offensive line is trash after that. Because if you can't stop nobody, that's going to be the problem. That's what the 49ers did. They attacked Connor Williams and Tyler at the center position. They didn't attack the tackles, outside tackles, or Zach Martin. They attacked the weakness. And Lord have mercy, didn't they benefit? Huh? I don't get it. Loyalty, man. When are we gonna tell the truth about this stuff? When are we gonna tell the truth that this system of building a football team is not working? It's good enough to get you by. It's good enough to get you 8 to 10 wins, maybe 8, and we just not getting over double digits. So I don't know. Next year we playing the first place schedule next year. So, ladies and gentlemen, some of y'all done seen it. I don't look. I thought Jerry wanted to win. That's what I saw him crying in training camp. Y'all remember that? It's crying and stuff. All man, shut up. Dry your tears. I can't tell. I can't tell. All that crying and why. Man, stop it. Stop it. All Stephen Jones want to do is make sure he perfect with the salary cap. And we'll just take our chances with these prices right free agents that we get. We'll take our chances with that. While everybody else loading up, the Von Millers of the world and the Chandler Joneses and all these folks, huh? Why they loading up and trying to, and why they trying to win the Super Bowl, legitimately trying to win the Super Bowl, not hoping to win the Super Bowl, really putting a real effort at trying to win. The Rams looking at it like this. Man, Von Miller may not be what he is, but my God, he still can get around that edge. You put him with Aaron Donald, and man, we all right. We already got the cornerback on lock. Jalen Ramsey can do it all, so the defense is just ridiculous. Oh my God, we put Odell here with us, and Odell is still, as a third or fourth receiver. Goodness, he'll beat any third or fourth quarterback in the whole league. Let's just get him away from Baker Mayfield. Everybody saying he can't play. Now the man with Matthew Stafford and a man that know how to call plays. Odell scoring every game now. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. They legitimately going after the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is in their stadium. Exactly. Gary, I see you. Come on now. I don't get it. But the reason why I don't get it is this, y'all. It's the same thing every year, and I'm like, when you figure you need to change it? When you figure you need to change it? When? When do you figure you need to change it? Because it ain't working. I don't get it, y'all. So I'm tired of hearing Jerry. Jerry, go on, get on your yacht somewhere, man. Just sail away. Just go on. Look. Sail away. We'll see you next year, because I already know training camp, you're going to sit there and have all this optimism and give me this same rah-rah speech, and, you'll be in California, in Oxnard, California, and you'll do the same thing, and, it's... Oh, excuse me. I see you at draft. I'm sorry. I see you at the draft. and all that kind of stuff with the 24th pick, you know. And I see when the free agency pool open. Y'all don't get excited on the first day of free agency, y'all. Don't do it. Don't do this to y'allself y'all do this to y'allself every year. Why can't we get this? Because y'all already know Steven ain't getting it now. Just stop it. Just stop it. Y'all know Stephen Jones ain't buying nobody until the fourth day when the Jiffy Lube free agents are available. The Walt Disney World, Minnie Mouse free agents. That's when Steven buckled up his pants. Yeah, we ready now. Yeah, I go. Yeah, I go. Yeah. How much is he? 660,000. Sign him up. 1 year contract. How much? 790,000. Yeah, sign him up. This is a great move for the Cowboys. Randy gone. He got a 49er fan here. I ain't talking about y'all team, guys. Yeah, okay. Just enjoy y'all game coming up. Yeah. That's what we do. That's what we do. I should have took this sweat off, y'all. I done got hot talking about Jerry Jones. I was nice in when I first started. I done got hot. See, and that's another thing. Look, y'all let the Cowboys run your blood pressure up. I told y'all, I'm laying back. I'm too old now. I can't get emotionally involved because they already halfway know what's gonna happen. I sit back. I can't do it no more. I can't do it. I saw folks tearing up TVs and fighting all in the stands and all. Man, look, don't let the Cowboys have y'all in jail. Don't let the Cowboys have y'all going to Walgreens and your local Walmart getting some headache pills and all that. Don't let the Cowboys do this to y'all. Y'all down here going to get half pints and stuff. Don't let the Cowboys mess y'all up. Huh? Shane said we will not make. Garrett said some Vienna sausage, patted meat guys. Exactly. We will not make the playoffs, Shane said. Next year, McCarthy is still here. At his press conference, he passed the buck and said it was Dak's fault. I'm done with McCarthy. Don't worry about it. Hey, Shane, guess what? You may not want to be here because guess what? I done talked to Jerry and Steven, right? This Saturday, I'm going down the list. Somebody get the email ready. Come here, Dak Prescott. I need to talk to you. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. See, if you don't tell the truth, or if a problem is unaddressed, it remains a problem and possibly turns into a bigger problem. And until somebody addresses Jerry, which you can't because he the man. That's what the problem is. He the man. You know? And somebody got to say something. So we're going down the line. I done talked to Jerry and Steven. I'm tired of them because they ain't going to change anyway. They already told us. We're going to draft and we're going to develop and we're going to do the free agents. And we all know what free agents and Stephen Jones mean. So there ain't nothing changing there. Jerry Jones ain't changing. So I ain't no sense me really talking about it. We are truly in a position, Cowboy fans, that the talent is going to have to override the organization and the coaching. That's where we are. We're going to have to get real lucky. We're going to have to get real lucky and hope that the talent some kind of way overrides bad management and bad coaching. It can happen, but you better have a whole lot of talent. You better have some players that can erase some of the mistakes that are being made. We got one who can erase some mistakes, but unfortunately, he on the defensive side of the ball. That's Mr. Parsons. Okay? That's where we really are. We are truly in a position where we have to have the talent to override this stuff. That's where we are. And I don't know if we're talented enough to get that done. I just don't know. All right. Thank you guys for hanging with me. Next up, some of y'all Dak fans and Dak haters, and y'all come on see what I got to say about Dak. Some of y'all ain't gonna like it. Some of y'all ain't gonna like it. I'm telling you, but remember, it's just my perspective. It don't mean it's right. But watch this. It don't mean it's wrong either. See, two things can be right at the same time, okay? Dak Prescott, I don't see, and then I don't have to sugarcoat it because when I finish talking, yeah, Wendy, you're a Dak fan, okay? Okay, come on in. At least come in and see if what I'm saying is the truth. See, you got to get your personal feelings out the way and call it like it is. Not like you want it to be. You're going to have to call it like it is. Let me say that one more time because I just hit on something. One of my preachers, Gary, check me out, Gary. You're going to have to call it like it is. Don't call it like you want it to be. No. You have to call it like it is. So on that note, Jerry Jones, let's call it like it is. In the area of general managership and owner, you are a Hall of Fame owner, rightfully so. But because of this year and some of the simple mistakes you made, your ownership skills and your general managership is really not that good. That's calling it like it is, not calling it like you want it to be. And Randy, let me tell you this, because Randy's a 49er fan. And y'all see his comment. You say we would take him over sorry Jimmy G. Randy, you're a 49er fan. I could care less about your 49ers, but that's my fraternity brother too. Randy, sooner or later, y'all gonna have to call it like it is about Jimmy G and stop calling it like it's not. Because see, when you pull up Jimmy G's record, look real good. Jimmy G been to a Super Bowl with y'all. Jimmy G just put y'all in the divisional round. Dak Prescott just been okay. Dak Prescott just been to the 1-4 now in the playoffs. He ain't been no division around. Dak Prescott led team to win one division, get to the playoffs, and then skip 2 years without the playoffs. Last time I checked, 49ers be in the playoff almost every year, right? Okay. And I realize what you're going to say. The defense is this and defense is that, but defense can't play the whole game. The offense got to score some points. So but that's your preference. If you want Dak Prescott over Jimmy G, most people will agree with you. If you ask me, I will take Dak Prescott over Jimmy G. But at the same time, y'all gonna have to start putting a little more respect on Jimmy G because he's winning. That's why y'all playing Sunday, and we're not. Because Jimmy G had a piece to do with that. And he had a big, matter of fact, Jimmy G had a piece with y'all beating the Rams too, I may add. Gary, exactly. Y'all got a great coach, but Jimmy G, come on now. See, sooner or later, y'all gonna have to put a little respect on Jimmy G. You're gonna have to. Y'all gonna be saying the same thing about Jimmy G, and you might beat the Packers. And then what you gonna say? See what I'm saying? If y'all beat the Packers, then what you gonna say? Come on now. The cold Dak is 1-3 in the playoffs. Okay, horrible. Don't worry about it. I ain't talking about Dak tonight. Y'all know y'all want me to start. I'm not doing it. But I can spend a whole 2 hours on Dak. And I just about am on next Too much sauce. It says Niners doing it. Yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna see what I got to say about Dak Prescott on Saturday. Y'all come hang with me 3:00. I'm through with the Jones family because the more I talk about them, the hotter I'm getting. So I'm gonna leave them alone because they ain't gonna change. Dak Prescott, oh my goodness. Dak Prescott Saturday. I'm just letting y'all know now. Y'all see how I'm gonna turn. Y'all see how I'm gonna turn this. How I'm gonna talk about Dak. Will I talk about him positively, or will I talk about him negatively, or will it be a mixture of both? Oh, it's gonna be good. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for hanging with me. Wendy said both. That's because she been with me. So she thinks she know. All right. Listen, if you're on Podbean, there's a red bag there. If you want to contribute to the podcast in any shape or form, just push that button, make a decision, and it would be appreciated. If you are on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, all the other stuff, here it is for you. The Big Time Show 3.supercast.tech. When you type that in or when you hit that, you will have an option to support the podcast in monetary type fashion. I would appreciate it if you do. Also, if you want to contribute this way, it's $ the Big Time Show. That's my cash app. I appreciate that if you do. If you don't, it's okay. I promise you. I just appreciate you listening. But what you can do for free, this is what you can do for free. I need everybody that's on here. If you have not switched to YouTube and subscribed over to my YouTube channel, I ask that you do that for me. I'm live there right now. I'm not going to stay with you all this time, but please go to the Big Time Show podcast. That's all you got to do. You'll see my face and all the videos and all that kind of stuff is right there. The Big Time Show. I'm there Twitter live right now. Just go to @BigTimeLou is my Twitter handle. Go to the Big Time Show. I should have put down podcast, but go to the Big Time Show podcast on YouTube. Just simply subscribe. Click on that notification button, and that way you'll be able to know when I'm live there as well. Please do that for me. Yeah, see, that ain't gonna cost you anything, but it will help your boy out tremendously. Okay. If you don't mind, when you do that for me, go to the YouTube, my YouTube channel, subscribe to it, click on the button, and there it is, okay? I'll see you guys Saturday as we pull Dak Prescott into the office for a little one-on-one, all right? I'll see you guys Saturday at 3:00. I'm out of here. This is Podbean. Thank y'all for listening. I see another chat that done popped up. Wait a minute. I don't know about Niners Lagoon. I love Dak, but his time is running out. Our fans are starting to lose their patience. Bruh Joe, you're already on it. Oh, we'll see. Come on back Saturday. I might just pick up from where Joe, who's in Italy right now, who's listening from the country of Italy, I just might pick up on Saturday with his comment. Y'all come on, hang with me. Saturday, 3:00. This is the Big Time Show. Yeah, Podbean. Come on, clap your hands. Woo! Tron Cat. Too much saucy. Whoever's listening to this, listen to this replay on iHeart and on Pandora, on LinkedIn, wherever you're listening from, on Tumblr, wherever you're listening from. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for giving me just a little bit of your time. Hope you've been entertained. This is the Big Time Show.